Grant, you might not have taken the win last weekend, but did you take a lot from the performance at Reading?
Yeah, we did. I thought we looked back to how I know we can be for longer spells in the game that we've shown recently. So it was pleasing. So we've tried to focus on those positives this week. Tried to continue to build on the week that we had previous leading into the Reading game, and just trying to get back to what we know we can be, and I think when we show elements of that sort of performance, then we're certainly a match for anyone in the division.
Can you see that in the players this week? Have they taken a bit of belief from the nature of the performance?
Yeah, I think they have. I mean, look, we're disappointed we didn't win the game. I thought we had enough opportunities to win the game. I thought we were the better team in the game, particularly when you've got a team on the ropes like that. We probably needed to get that, again, man, I've spoken about this a few times this season, get that second goal. And that's probably the next barrier for us or next hurdle for us to cross, is when we're on top in games, we need to go and take the game away from the opposition. So it's really just trying to get the fear factor away from the players of we're 1-0 up, let's protect the 1-0. And it's trying to get the balance right, if that makes sense, because we're not really that type of team or management team. We're not really one that just sits on a 1-0 and hopes that, it finishes 1-0 and we take 3 points. We'd prefer to go for the jugular, really. And I guess it's just continue to beat the drum on that, keep the foot in the pedal on that with the players, that we know that we can certainly go and take more of the opportunities that we're actually presenting ourselves with. So we've got to keep building on that.
I suppose while always trying to win a game of football, there's been practical, there's been sensible, there's managing games, and there's kind of building the resilience and experience to be able to do that, isn't there, in certain situations?
There is, but I've always found in my probably playing and managing career that the best way to manage a game is to keep the ball at the top end of the pitch and create more opportunities, really. And that's something we need to get better at and back to, really, because I know we can. So, I guess it's just continue to work and continue to again, like I say, keep the foot in the pedal, beat the drum about, go and get the next goal, and not settling for 1 or 2-0. We want to be better than that. But it's tough. I know it is tough. Every team in this division's got their own strengths, and probably a lot more strengths than what we've seen last year in League Two. So it is difficult. So I get that, but we'll keep pushing to try and get us to where we need to be.
Squad-wise, is there anyone back this weekend? Anybody else missing that we don't know about?
It's been good this week. We've had nobody in the treatment room, which is pleasing. So great work from Dave and Lewis and the medical team there to keep our treatment room sort of empty. It's been a pleasing week. Look, Jamie's probably still a wee bit away, so we're just building up his fitness. But apart from Jamie, everyone else is available for selection for Saturday.
So Harry Clifton could be back involved?
Yeah, Harry's had a good couple of weeks now on the pitches, and again, at a push probably could have been involved at Reading, but look, we want to keep him back. It was a hamstring injury that he had that he picked up at Wigan, so it's important that we don't rush people back and then miss him again for another 3 or 4 weeks. But he's been really good for 2 weeks now, so comes back into the thoughts for Saturday.
Been a big miss, hasn't he, really, in a lot of perspectives, with the position he plays in and how he contributed to that really strong start to the season? Yeah,
he is. I mean, look, he's a very important cog to the wheel, Harry Clifton. And the reason why I say that is because you don't realise how much you miss him until he's not there, if that makes sense. And the leg work he puts in, the energy that he plays with, the tenacity, the aggression, he's huge and was huge for us last season, and had been huge right up until the point where he got injured this season. He's a midfield player that I would not have liked to play against when I was playing, because he just runs and gets around you and runs off you and doesn't give you a minute on the ball. So to have him back is a real bonus for us now, and we want to keep him back, because in terms of like a character and a person that you want in and around your changing room when you're maybe not playing so well or you need a lift, he certainly brings that. and I think everyone's delighted to have him back on the pitches and back in contention.
Could we see a similar approach to other cup competitions with a few changes, or because there's no midweek games around this, could you go as strong as you want to?
No, we'll be strong. We want to try and keep a bit of level of consistency about us now, and give the players the trust and the belief to go and perform, regardless of results, really. I think it's important, now that we've got everybody back fit, we want to try and keep a level of consistency about our team, our performances. You know, a lot of the players have all played and had opportunities to play. So, you know, hopefully we can keep people away from the treatment room. Hopefully we can keep that element of everybody on the training ground and training and performing. And then the boys in the team know that they have to perform to keep their place. It's just like no other season, really. But trying to, you know, the FA Cup is a real cup competition that we want to try and do well in. It's, you know, it's so famous. It's a lot of people don't really take it as serious as they used to, I don't think. And obviously there's been a lot of talk about no replays and things like that. But for us, it's a competition we want to do well in. We done well last season. Can we go and do well again this season? But we know it's a tough game against an opponent that we know pretty well.
And I know you're not at the third round stage yet, but that victory at Hull last season really spurred a good run afterwards, didn't it? So you're hoping that, you know, good performance, get through this weekend, that can give you an extra bit of bounce for the week after? Yeah,
like one game at a time. Obviously, we've got to take care of business against a Crewe team and a manager who's doing unbelievably well at that football club. And the reason why I say that is because I know they've got probably one of the lowest budgets in League Two, and he has them continuously in and around the top six or in the top end of that league. So it's going to be again another tough game. Always tough there. The 2 years that I think we've been there, we lost the first time. We drew the second game. We won there in the playoffs. So we've had a little bit of win-loss draw there. So we know it's tough. We know it's a tough place to go. So looking forward to the game. But we want to continue to sort of show what we showed last week at Reading for longer parts again.
In terms of the Cup as well, I imagine a run would bring in a little extra funds as well, which ahead of January wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, I mean, the Cup competitions always give you the chance to do that. And for a club, obviously our size, that means everything really. We know we want to try and, if we can, progress through the rounds, but we know you got to take one step at a time. And that comes, like I say, at Crewe on Saturday.
Be remiss not to ask about Prostate United, Grant. I've just checked the league table. You've taken a £2,000 lead ahead of Manchester United as of today. It's taken a while this month to catch Man United, but I imagine you're quite pleased that you're above them now.
Yeah, I mean, look, the overall picture, Adam, as you know, is obviously raising the awareness and trying to raise as much funds together for, you know, so we can find some sort of a balance or a cure with this. So, but for us, it's been grueling, and yourself really, it's been a grueling 30 days up to this point. We still haven't done our run today, but we will do it this afternoon. It's tiring, it's knackering. My back's about to cave in. My legs don't feel like my own. But it's worth it when you see the nominations and the donations that's coming in to the football club, and I've no doubt it'll get bigger. You know, the challenge was can we raise more than we did last year, which was about 38,000, and I think we won't be too far away, given that there's some sort of donations still to come in, like the shirts that we auctioned off and things like that. So I don't think we'll be too far away from that sort of tally, but it's a massive credit to everyone who's taken part in the challenge, because as a whole community or a whole football sort of industry really, and everyone who's been involved, it's a massive achievement to do what we've done. Whether you're walking, running, cycling, it's the getting up every single day and knowing you've got to lay your kit out to go again and run again or walk again or cycle again. So yeah, massive achievement for everyone. It'll be great when it's finished tomorrow. I think the last run will be, and we can put the trainers away for another year.